Hello. Alright. I'm getting a little bit cold. So, hello everybody. It will be you know, a, I believe it's approximately 1 hour stream, right? And majorly it's about, first I'm going to talk about Japanese traditional classic, and then it's about HSK sessions, and then it's about you know the journey to the west session, right? And then after that, I got some coding work to do. Yeah, right. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So this is the new project. Um, I experiment that I believe is like October. The first of like at the beginning of October, I experimented this a little bit with a kind of audio book making sessions. And to be honest, I'm not very good at this. I'm just experimenting and learning at the same time. But I always want to read all this classical literature. That's the reason why, uh, like, forced myself recently to start learning Chinese and Japanese classic literature, just to read more, because you know I believe when you just born into this world, you sort of need to understand what's going on, right? So reading other people's literature, the classic writing, give you a different perspective. Because have you ever wondered, tons of people, right, just say, well, this is a like very good literature, very classic. So how classic? I want to know how classic. Because yeah, the audio is pretty good, to be honest. The audio is pretty good. I love it. I love it. So yeah, pretty good. Let me just do a quick check. All right. So yeah. All right. Let's get started. Hello, everybody. So today we're going to start a very interesting and exciting project. It's learn Japanese, prepare for the JLPT, and all these Japanese grammars, and help you improve your understanding of this language and these cultures, and read some classic, an interesting story at the same time project. I know it's a it's a long-winded way of saying this project, but it's always been one of my favorite thing to actually sit down and read things. Okay, and through all my life, I think I just don't have the time to actually sit down and read. I don't have the leisure of doing that, and it's one of the things that I always want to cross of my bucket list. Now it's not time. So basically, the formats goes like this. We're going to read the classic, traditional Japanese literature, every article, every novel, everything I choose is classic. Okay, considered a classic in history, and then we're going to read it and explain it, and then we're going to translate that into modern Japanese. And I'm going to find the classic JLPT grammar points, the keywords, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the plot, the history, the culture, and all that. So it will be fun, right? So, without further ado, let's get started. So, this series is about Gyofuki. Gyofuki is it's interesting, right? So, Gyofuki. That's Gyo, right? And by the way, we can use our pen here. Okay? So, let me just drive it down, write it down. That's good. Alright, that feels nice. So this is typical like a sakana, right? It's just a fish. If you think about it, this is just a fish. So fish and fuku, what does this mean? It's kind of like a clothes, right? Like a clothing, wear, like a garment, fuku. But you can also got another meaning. So basically, you got the original meaning is a cloth, right? But it also got another meaning is to obey. Okay, to follow, to obey. It's like you obey that certain like thing, right? To obey in some context, because to wear is to obey, like you're wearing the same skin, right, as the fish. But you can also say I obey this. Okay, I follow this. Just follow that. I think it's using follow is a more like softer term than obey, right? So Gyofuku key, right? Key is a some record. This is a common practice for a lot of traditional classic novels and articles to be nani key. So basically it's like some chronicle, some record. So key is like a record. Okay? It's like kiroku, right? Record. So basically it's like fish close record. That's pretty interesting, right? So if you just direct translate that, that's something like fish close chronicle. I think chronicle give you more seriousness of that. So I think that's very, very good. So if you look at this title, is already pretty interesting. Gyofukuki, like fish, cloth, or obey. I'm not sure, but it's kind of like cloth, like fish cloth chronicle. Okay, the chronicle of fish clothing. That's a very interesting title. So it get us intrigued. So what's going on here? We are going to find out. And by the way, this is a very classic thing written by the Daizai Osamu. So Daizai Osamu, here, Daizai Osamu. So Daizai Osamu is it's a famous Japanese writer, if you will, and so yeah, I want to also introduce a little bit about this writer, because you got like a very interesting flair of this writer. You read this, you can see some of the characteristics of this person. So Daizai Osamu, Daizai Osamu is kind of like, he's a very weak person. Okay, so like from the bottom of his heart, it's like his person is a they sort of he dislike himself, right? So it's like jigo Kengo. It's like Kilai. Okay? Kengo. So basically, it's like Jigo, it's like yourself, okay? And this is like a Kilai. That means he's kind of dislike himself. It's like, you know, it's like he's thinking he's too weak to be liked. Okay, you can see a lot of this kind of tendency during his writing, and you know, I have empathy for this writer, and I have been to like drop into depression for a pretty long time, and I'm constantly battling with it. And to be honest, the reading is kind of my way for battling, because I want to find like a meaning, and a reading make me feel calm, feel that, you know, I find some connection. If I don't do this, I feel that I'm like sort of disconnected. And I think Adaita Osamu got the sort of the same tendency, that he sort of dislike himself. And I think this himself is like a pretty yowai, right? And this kind of feeling, right? Yowasa. So this is kind of feeling of himself make him feel that he's not even human, right? And he's not even want to become human. Okay? And you can actually see this from this classic Gyofukuki. Is, I think, when you read this, you can sort of feel that he's embedding himself, like the spiritual side of himself into this. Okay, so yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm going to get you folks the okay, it seems that it's sort of a stuck here. I can't possibly get this in place. Okay. Okay, how to do that? Can I insert? That's pretty annoying. About if I, if I want to add things, it's just go down. That's bad. That's bad. What about here? Can I just get everything move up? Okay. Can I just add a new page? Yeah, I think that's better. Just add a new page. No. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. This is the first time I use like a word to get all this down. So yeah, let me quickly check. Okay, can I get all this drawing like hidden or format background? ink to shape, ink to mass, drawing canvas, ruler. So what's going on here? Can I just move all this up a little bit? Where is this anchored? Okay, luckily I did not get too much from here. So can I just get A and then... Okay, this is very confusing. I'm a programmer, so I think this is definitely not the best way to do this. Okay, maybe I'm going to use a PowerPoint to do that. Okay, change my mind. PowerPoint. Okay, let me just okay, change of plan. I am going to use PowerPoint for the writing because the writing here is like pretty sticky, okay, which I don't like. Okay, what about Japanese here? Okay, yeah, I think this is better. So here's a plan. I'm going to do the major explanations and all these notes. I'm going to do that here. Okay, and then I'm going to do this. Where is it? I'm going to do the where is it? Oh, word. I'm going to do all this writings here. Okay, so hopefully all this like a text version of it here. So hopefully that will solve the problem. Okay. Alright, so hopefully that will solve the problem. Okay, so let's get started. Yeah, I don't want to write it here, but I want to organize this here. So let me solve this logical problem here. So what about I do, if it's not a too much of the point, I'm going to just do it here. If it's like a lot, I'm going to go back to that. Okay, so that will be our like a playing ground. So yeah, let's continue. Right, so let's look at it. Okay, so you are being warned. This may be a little bit hard, and not only for you but also for me, because it's like a traditional Japanese, and it will involve tons of background. So I may got something wrong, or I may mispronounce something that is not like at that specific time period. But I would try my best. If I find this, I would try my best to modify it and add more videos to explain it. But I think most of the time it's correct. Okay, you can rest assured. Okay, but if you find some of the mishaps or some of the mispronunciation, misexplanations, or there's like more to the story, please leave in the comments. Okay, so or leave in the Q&A section. All right, so let's get to it. Honshu is like Japan's main island, like Honshu. So basically Honshu no Hokutan, like Hokutan is like north, right? Hoku. And then Tang is like the northernmost, right? The Honshu no Hokutan no Sanmyaku. San is like mountain, right? San. Myaku is more like the range. So basically it's like Yama, and it's like let me just get the explanation part. Okay, so that's where this comes in. Okay, so Sanmyaku, San, right? And then Myaku. I don't think this has got like a right. Sanmyaku. Mya, right? Sanmyaku. So basically, San is like Yama, so basically like that. But we want this to be like a row, okay? So that's Taijo. So basically it's like a ribbon sort of floating shape. So Taijo. Yama. そして山. If you got like a 山ですね. Like a multiple yama, this is like combined together, right? So we call that つながっている。山と山が大上につながっている、ということは山脈 like mountain range. So basically it's like not just the one mountain, but mountains and mountains and the mountain range. So mountain range. Right, Sanmyaku. So Honshu no Hokutan no Sanmyaku. That's the like the Honshu main island of Japan, a northmost point, we got a mountain range, right? Bonju Sanmyaku というのである。Bonju Sanmyaku. So basically it's like a name called Bonju, right? Bonju Sanmyaku. And I think they don't even know how to write it, so just they're using this hiragana to represent Bonju Sanmaku. So it's a Sanmaku, it's a mountain range called Bonju Sanmaku というのである. Okay? And here comes a little bit of the grammatical points. 何々のである. Okay? So, I think this のである. This is a very typical, and I think it's N2 grammar. Okay? So let me just insert one more thing. のである. So I separate this with my video, because basically if you're not familiar, if you just come to the stream, is that I'm making a like building public projects. So basically I separate that while I'm streaming, I'm also recording. So yeah, that's basically, I'm like multitasking right now. So where is word? Yeah, I think I should get all the explanation just following the main. I think I would just say this as an explanation, right? hon时. Let me just get a workflow going. I'm still experimenting. Sorry about that. Let me see. I think I'm going to write this way. 日本最大の島. I think that's pretty good. So basically I add explanation down below. If there is things require me to draw or further explain, I'm going to like switch that to PowerPoint and do that. So 本州日本最大の島. So maybe add a little bit English explanation. Honshu, the main island of Japan, right? Honshu no Hokutan no Sanmaku. Hokutan Alright.北の橋、橋、普通ですね。北の橋。The northernmost point. Sanmeku. De men 山が大上につながっている Mountain Range 山、日本語山大上につながっている山脈いや、そうですね。山脈、ボンジュ山脈というのである。Right, so it comes to というのである。というのである is as I said, it's a Japanese grammar, right? explanations そして、explanations Okay, so let's dive a little deeper into 何々というのである. Is kind of like old Japanese, and it's kind of, even though like normal everyday conversation is not used, if you read like news or articles and like some like sesame, like some explanations, you will encounter this, and you read classic Japanese novels, you will encounter something like this. 何々というのである. So basically, this means という is like という right? It's like という okay? と is like 何々と and then いう you is like say, right? という and then is のである okay? というのである のである it's kind of similar to something like modern Japanese, okay? It's something like なのだ okay? or ということだということだ okay? or だ何々だそうだ right? This is like a more JLPT test relevant というのである very traditional way of saying that. Basically, you want to say this is some facts that I'm stating. Like in English, it's kind of like, well, it is said. It is said that. Okay, it is explained that. It means that the fact is that. So basically, you don't want to get involved. You are just some explanation, like the fact that it is means that, right? All this. Let me just make it organized. It is said that. This explained that. This means that the fact is that. So basically, you're explaining things, but we don't want to get too involved. So it is said that. As I heard this, okay, I'm talking to you. I heard it. It said that, explain that. It means that, okay. So basically, that I tell a story, but in a sort of impartial way of telling that, okay. And yeah, I want to also talk a little bit about say culture thing. So, for example. This is typical. It's more like a classical literature sort of thing, alright? But if you say like some person say passed away, okay, you don't want to get involved because you are the reason of that person passing away. You might say like 彼は病気でpass away. Well, I don't want to say that word because I don't want to get too negative. So 病気で for example, he returned to his country. Right, 彼は病気で、帰国したというのである. Okay, so this is like okay, I just say this as a fact. I'm not saying that it is said that, right? So basically, is something that, okay, let me just get it here. For example, okay, I can't type English. Let me just get it here. 彼は病気で帰国したというのである. So I just said to me, I just say this as a fact. And this you will encounter this a lot. Say if you like reading a novel, okay, and you're stating a fact, you got like no emotion, you get no involvement, you just say this, okay. That means 彼 is like he, 彼は病気 is like病 is like there's sickness. Ki is like there's a sickness like a wind and get inside of her body, right? So 病気 that means right, he's sick. 彼は病気で not just passing away, but rather 帰国 okay, so basically return. Ki is like return. Koku is like a country, so basically return to country. 帰国した、というのである. So stating the facts. The fact is, okay. So for this 太宰治の曲吹きは本州の北端の山脈はボンジュ山脈というのである. So just stating a fact, nothing more. Okay. So yeah, that's the very beginning of this gyofuki. Ooh, that's slower than I expected, right? So if I like doing this, I'm never get this finished on time. Okay. Alright, let me quickly test the audio, okay? Hopefully I did not do everything. Okay, so let's dive a little bit if you like reading a novel, okay? And you're stating facts, you got like no emotion, you got no involvement. That's pretty good, that's pretty good. Alright, let's continue. Right, let's continue. You said せいぜい3、400メートルほどの丘陵が起伏しているのである. We see that again, right? 何々のである, right? It seems that ということである, のである, しているのである. The ending of that is like always 何々のである. Okay? So it's a you can sort of see this kind of characteristics of that kind of writing. Okay? So せいぜい is like at most. Okay? So せいぜい So, せいぜい means at most. Yeah, I think I can get so せいぜい means that's at most. That means, you know, if I, even though say, you know, this is a lot, I assume this is a lot, it can't be more than. Okay, this is kind of that meaning. So in Japanese, it's like 多くても. Okay, so basically, you want to say 多く like 多い like 量が多い。まあ量が多いでも、まあ例えばね、まあこの仕事 the work は仕事 like working この仕事は多くても、まあ、3時間ですね。多くても3時間です。That means even though you want to say, well, this is a lot of work, but at most you can just do like 3時間. That means like 時間 is like time, but 3時間 is like 2 hours, right? So この仕事多くても3時間です。まあ、3時間よりかかることはないということですね。At most is like 3 hours. まあ、多くても、せいぜい、まあ、多くてもという意味ですね。Basically, you got a、まあ、条件として、まあ、最大値として、you get a limit. まあ、せいぜい多くても、まあ、上限、まあ、should I add it here? Yeah, I think I'm going to add it here. 多くても、そして、まあ、上限としてですね。at most. No more than. Okay? せいぜい That means no more than 3,400 meters. So 3,400 it is not like 34, but rather a 3 or 4. So it's like a, you know, just an example, a 3 or 4, right? Like going up and down, right? So 3,400 that means the 100, right? So 3,400 so meters, right? So メートル。まあ、3,400 メートルほど。Okay? ほど is like about that, right? About that range. ほど。何々ほど。Should I say yeah, let's add ほど because I think that's also very important in the JLPT and modern Japanese. Right? Let's add ほど. Should I save this like the original text and then explanations? Yeah, I'm gonna do the editing later. I want to keep it flowing. Okay? せいぜい400メートルほどの給料が起伏しているのであるから普通の地図には載っていない。まあ、そうです。昔のこの辺一帯は広々した海であったそうで、義経が家来たちを連れて北へ亡命していてGot a lot of cultural background to it. Whoa, that's a little bit hard. I think we're going to talk about ほど Right, let's look at 歩道。Okay, せいぜい3、400メートルほど。歩道。歩道 just 歩道ですね。It's a normally we just write this without saying any like kanji to it. So it's a typical fukujoshi. Fukujoshi. That means it's when you want to, want to say a certain 程度とか、when you compare things 比較、程度とか比較とかの便利な助詞ですね。So basically, it's a kind of like a degree. When you say, oh, that kind of degree, when you say that, well, that kind of degree. So if you think like this, せいぜい3、400メートルほど. That's like at most like a 3 or 400 meters degree. The degree to which, is that kind of thing. その程度. That kind of degree. So at most is just a 3 or 4 meters. Okay? You add hodo at the end to say that is kind of like a kurai. Yeah, I think that's kurai. 程度. Let me just get it here. 程度、100、限界、比率とか、比例、そうですね。比率じゃなくて比例。比率のはratio ですね。比例。この場合は比例ですね。Yeah, that's correct. 程度とか、比較とか、限界とか、比例。比率じゃなくて、比例ですね。I think at this point, this specific せいぜい3、400メートルほど is more like the ぐらい It's like that's average. Okay? So, for example, yaku. So it's like yaku. I think I'm going to just get it here. Yaku. This specific scenario is yaku. Okay? So like about. I think the English is about. About. Okay, can I just change okay, about. Yeah. About. And why this is like really small? Should I like change altogether to English? Why is it just change it to here? That's pretty weird. Okay, about. I'm just using the brush to format painter. Yeah, that's good. So much better. Okay, so basically, when you're using hodo, it's more like kurai. 約 about まあ1時間くらい1時間、まあ1時間ほど待ちました。 So you wait for average an hour. That くらい、that 約1時間くらい。So せいぜい3、400メートルほど。That's about, okay? 3 or 400 meters. Okay? Oh my gosh, that's pretty complex. Hopefully I did okay. Alright, that's okay, it seems. Alright. That's a lot of work, to be honest. I need to rest a bit. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'll come back later. Approximately 5 minutes. I think I did not switch on the audio. I did not switch on the audio. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh, I just waste.
Let's look out for door.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh, it's just a waste. I waste all this. Oh my gosh. So silly. Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to use what I recorded and then quickly go through it. Or maybe I do that manually again. Yeah, maybe I just do that manually again. Oh my god, I lost like 30 minutes of recording. Oh my gosh. This is a typical workflow issue. Where's the it's a typical workflow issue. Let's do this. Typical workflow issue. Right, I'm back and I'm just about to lose my faith in humanity. Oh my gosh. It's just a waste. a waste tons of time. And where is it? And my camera is broken. I don't know why. Overheats? That's oh my gosh. Let me quickly test whether it's okay. Hello. Alright, hopefully it's okay. Oh, that's okay. I have to do that over again. Because I got no audio switch on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's push forward. Hodo. So previously, the stopping point is a hodo.
That means
Oh my gosh. Hodo. Oh my gosh. What I'm saying. Right, so let's continue. せいぜい3、400メートルほどの、丘陵。Very interesting concept. I already draw this out for you, so save your folks a little bit of time. So 丘陵 is like when you see like really high, that's a mountain, that's yama, right? でも it's not like yama, right? It's not like a very tall yama, okay? But it's also not flat as heichi. It's not flat as a like really flat ground. So a kuryo is like in between, okay? Just the in between thing. And I think it's like a hill, like hilly terrain. Not as high as mountain, but not as low as ground. That's a really flat ground. So it's in between thing. And that's exactly the reason why it said this is not on the map, which we are going to quickly look at why it's not on the map, okay? And why it's like a mysterious place, okay? So basically, kuryo is the thing that is not too tall or too flat. So it's just like a rolling and hill, a hilly region, okay? Kuryo. Okay? So we can see like a kuryo or chitai, like area. Chitai is like a cheese, like a ground. Tai is like area. Kuryo chitai. And this kuryo, I think I'm going to write it like more flat. Okay? So 緩やかに起伏している with like soft. 緩やか is like a soft. 緩やかに起伏している小さいな山小さな山 like 山じゃなくて小さな山 rolling hills, rolling stone, rolling hills like 丘陵really flat, that's 平地丘陵は平地じゃなくて、山ではありません、山ほど we talk about ほどですねほど that degree、山ほど高くない 山は高いですね。山ほど高くない。そして平地ほど平らではない。Okay? 平ら is like a pretty flat. Okay? 平地ほど平らではない。山ほど高くではない。給料ですね。So we talk about 給料。せいぜい3、400メートルほどの給料が起伏しているのであるから起伏している。起伏高くなったり低くなったりする状態。Undulating. Okay? So this is a very interesting concept because, when we talk about Kyuro, right? Kyuro is like undulating, right? I still remember this like a robotic, like this like robot electric current sound. This is like waving sounds. We do this dancing moves. Pretty interesting. So you know what? That's that's kifuku, right? But kifuku is like going up and down. So kifuku, I believe I already draw this out for you, right? Kifuku. So ki is like up. So fuku is like down. So kifuku is like up and down. So it's a typical ki is like going up. So 高くなったり服 is like going down. So 低くなったりする状態 is like a state. Up and downs. So undulating. Okay? So yeah. 起伏高くなったり低くなったりする状態 undulating. Andせいぜい3、400メートルほどの空洞が起伏している。So it's like it's still doing something. 起伏する、起伏している。That's like doing something. It's like undulating, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down. のである。That's like a state in fact. Okay? から、because of this, adding a reason. So basically, it's like at most it's just a 300 or 400 meters 程度くらい and it's like not yama, right? It's just a kyuryo, just like a hilly terrain 起伏している like up and down undulating. So you know what? You can't find it on the map. So that's the reason I said that the sort of already giving you the facts, and then you just need to say, oh, that's the reason it's not on the fact. That's the reason it's so some mysterious place. Okay, so 普通の地図には載っていない。So 普通 So this 普通 is actually something like this. So it got a kanji 普通. Let me show you. So 普通 right? 普通 Futsu is like average, like normal, like just normal, just average, just not like regular, usually ordinary. Okay, so 普通。普通というのは特別ではない。Oh, sorry about that. I got cold. That's the reason I slowed down a little bit. 普通というのはね、特別ではなく、当たり前のこと、一般的なこと。 So remember, at here it says 普通の here 普通の地図 is like a map, okay? 地 is like the area. 図 is like there is a drawing of it, right? So 地図 is like the map. 普通の地図 is like a normal map. 普通の地図 normal map, okay? So normal map には載っていない. Okay? Here comes to something interesting. 乗る and 乗っていない. Okay? 乗る is like it's on. Okay? It's been printed. It's been drawn. And に remember, is sticky at the end of the 地図. That means there's a thing に will indicate that, right? 乗っていない. So basically, that map, on that map is like not there. Okay, so it's like it's not on the map. It's some mysterious, but very very 普通の like very very ordinary, nothing irregular about this place. Okay, so yeah, very interesting, right? Noru is more about the recorded, okay? So it's not recording on the map. So that's the reason that 普通の地図には載っていない。Okay? せいぜい3、400メートルのほどの丘陵が起伏しているのであるから、普通の地図には載っていない。Right. That's all about this. Let's continue. Right, pretty long stream today. I got a little bit confused. It's a very interesting story. I intentionally choose a very short story about Taisai Osamu, and it seems that our progress is a little bit slow. I think I'm going to gradually increase the pace of the progress. Not everything needs to go back to a PowerPoint to go through all this drawing and explaining. Hopefully we can just doing things here. Okay. So yeah. So I think I'm going to quickly add the modern Japanese explanation to it, and then call it for a day. All right, is that a good idea? All right, let's get to it. I don't even want to, continue to stream today, because it is planned that I'm going to stream for 2 subjects today, because I got an innovation subject going on, and I try to do that within a day because I feel creative today. But I feel that I got too much strain on my throat. I might just rest a little bit, play some music. Right, let's get this down. Alright, so we explain this in the traditional classic Japanese. Let's also translate that into modern Japanese, so it's easier to understand, how we can learn so much more from the modern Japanese, and help you folks to learn more of the key points that if you want to pass the GLPT exam. Right? Let's continue. So 本州の北端の山脈はボンジュ山脈というのである。Okay? So I'm going to get it here. Okay? So basically, in modern Japanese, it's 本州の一番北 のは西にある、のは西にある山脈は北の端にある、sorry、本州の一番北の端に、so it's like utmost, right? Yeah. 本州の一番北の端にある山脈はボンジュ山脈と呼ばれています。本州 place 一番 like 最も it's like most 北の端にある okay? So 一番北の端 there's like a utmost of the northernmost ある山脈はボンジュ山脈と呼ばれています。Okay? せいぜい3、400メートルほどの丘陵が起伏しているのであるから、普通の地図には載っていない。Okay? So, let's go here. Okay? So, 高くても、高いですね。pretty high. 高くても、even though you say it's high at most, 300、400メートルほど。So it's like, 300 to 400 meters, right? メートルほどのだから、What's the counting point here? 高くでも300、400メートルほどなだらかなokay? Yeah. So, what's the stopping point here? Let's Yeah. それ目。高くても300、400メートルほどの It's like a counting point is here. Oh my god, I should get confused because I changed the line. Let me just change the line for you, right? So it's something like this. 高くても300、400メートルほどの Then it's 丘. Okay? So 丘 not like mountain, not like flat, 平地, but rather it's a hilly terrain, right? So it's very, very gentle slope. Okay? So ゆるいなだらかな丘 OK? なだらかな丘が続いているだけなので普通の地図には載っていません Okay? So, oh my gosh, this is modern Japanese is as difficult as the traditional classic Japanese. Okay? なだらかな丘が続いているだけなので普通の地図には載っていません Okay? So, yeah, that's basically all this modern Japanese translation. Let me just get it here because this may result in some issue. Okay? Gentle slope. ゆるい、傾斜 gentle slope. なだらか oh my gosh, a lot of nasal sound. なだらかなゆるい、傾斜。なだらかな丘が続いているだけなので、普通の地図には載っていません。Okay, so yeah, that's all for today's 漁夫日記。題材を治。Okay. Right. So, I think I have to like cancel the second stream because that's just too much for me. Okay. I tried to get in touch with the folks as long as I can, but yeah, my throat can't stand it.